Chapter 3. Love Your Parents. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I love you, Mama and Daddy. You taught me oh so much. I can't begin to describe all the ways that my life has been greatly touched. You taught me morals and values. You helped me reach my goals, and all the things I learned from you will stay till I am old. I want to thank you deeply for being there for me, and for being absolutely, without a doubt, the best parents one could be. Parents is such a beautiful word. We are indeed lucky to have loving and caring parents. Our parents are God on earth for us. They fulfill all our needs. They are with us and support us in every manner. They sacrifice so many things for us because they love us. A rose for parents. Mr. Ronald was a busy man. He owned a big company. He had been very busy at his office, and it was already 4:30 in the evening. Mr. Ronald was in his car, and he kept looking at his watch every now and then. He told his driver to drive fast, but he was unable to as there was heavy traffic on the road. He had to attend a conference. The car finally came to a halt in front of Diamond Jewels. It was a fancy, stately building built, and it had many offices. Mr. Ronald was a hard-working businessman who was only interested in expanding his business to other cities and towns. His grandparents and father had worked hard to set it up. His father had handed the business to him after he finished his studies. A long time ago, Mr. Ronald entered the building in a hurry. Everyone had been waiting for him. He excused himself, saying, "I'm sorry for being late. I was held in a traffic jam." He chaired the meeting. It was soon over in an hour. Mr. Ronald looked at his watch. He had to attend dinner that night. He suddenly remembered that he had to order flowers at the florist and sent them to his parents as it was their wedding anniversary. He got into the car and told his driver to go to the florist first on his way to home to dress for dinner. The florist shop was full of lovely flowers. Mr. Ronald placed his order and asked the flowers to be delivered to his parents. As he got out of the shop, he saw a pretty girl with a sad face looking at the beautiful roses that were in the shop. Mr. Ronald went up to the child and asked, "What do you want, child?" The child answered, "I want a rose for my father and mother." "Where do you live, and with whom?" asked Ronald. "I live with my grandmother," she replied. "I want a rose for my parents, and I don't have a penny to buy." Ronald bought 2 roses and handed it over to her. "Now you can give it to them. Now where can I drop you?" She sat in the car with Ronald. They chatted as they drove. Suddenly she asked the driver to stop. It was by the graveyard. "Why here?" he asked. "They are asleep here," she replied. "I will place a rose on each grave," she replied. Mr. Ronald felt a lump in his throat. The girl got off the car and went towards the graveyard. Ronald was dumbstruck. At once he asked the driver to take him back to the florist shop. He got off the car and took the flowers from the shop that he had ordered to be delivered to his parents' place. He told the driver to drive him straight to his parents' house, and he is going to be with his parents on their anniversary. He arrived at their door, giving them the bouquet of flowers, saying, "Happy anniversary." He hugged them with a big